Hello, hello, hello. It's I, Luxie. How you all do today? We are here for Mental Health Monday. Of course, I have a problem and we're playing with lots of pals instead of Legos, but it's okay. So, I hope you're all having a wonderful start to your week. We are here to chill, to vibe. If you want to just talk it out, if you just want to hang, this is the day to do it. Or you can watch Second Eye die to fighting everything. It's fine too. Totally fine. Anyways, hi. Where are we going? You do not. What now? Oh.
Because
Neat.
Vtuber can also walk on the ground, they have to actually land. That's dumb.
That was fucking.
What do you mean?
Awesome
So
attack.
restore their stamina?
Hey, Blonde.
Yeah, even flyers have to be on the ground to restore their stamina.
Everybody needs stamina.
Yep.
They don't have to land though. They can
Yeah,
like
they-
just glide along the ground.
Yeah, but
Oh,
that's
yeah, I
still
mean,
landed
they're
for the
still
birds.
landing on it because they can't go up until they get stamina back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean
They
they
just
don't
glide.
actually have to actively walk.
But the
They are
bonus of the
still
ones
on the ground.
the bonus of the ones that are on the ground, they can use
a
the
dick.
wind boosties. The birds cannot. Because you're actually on the ground. So there is a bonus to that.
There's gotta be a cage around here somewhere.
Oh, who's this? Wait, whose base is this?
Woo.
Is it ours and you just noticed in the end?
Probably.
This one is significantly smaller. All right, Lego Batman.
All about size with you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is there a bunch of ores in
Hi,
it or
Stormy.
No.
Nothing
no? In
happened,
the yellow
Blonde.
area?
Kind of. No, it's in a green area.
Okay, then,
Oh, no, that's a Jeep.
Whose shit is this? I'm gonna poke around.
I definitely cannot fit in here.
Who do you belong to?
Oh, messenger, love free stuff.
Huh?
Under guild, I know that. Is this like Jerry's place? It could
Oh,
be Jerry's.
wait.
Oh,
I
that's
got
right.
medical supplies. Ooh, there's a bunch
Terry
of
does
stuff.
have a place in the greenery area.
I got Hypersphere, Gold Coin, and Gigasphere. Neat.
I got medical supplies and food.
I got a rock.
That's a egg right here.
You
We're
look
just
like a
gonna
rock.
Just gonna take that.
Oh, I'll
Jones
take
is
that.
cooking.
All right.
Over being looks like a potato?
It's poopy. What?
Just trying to find a cave. Like, are there not dungeons in the desert?
There are, I think.
Yeah, there is. Psych's just a little blind. You gotta remember that.
I mean, I don't think they stand out as much as like the forest ones do.
Well, he's probably also went by the same place multiple times because you know his navigation.
I have not.
I mean, you're not necessarily wrong. But I also have not seen anything, so.
Oh, wait. I think I got one.
Yep, there's one here. They're just really
I'm gonna
nondescript in the desert.
Yeah,
Alright,
I'm gonna
you
need
just
to get a
gotta
bunch
look
of
for
stone,
giant-
wood, and palladium fragments.
Oh, so I had dinner already, but I'm still really hungry because it wasn't a
jeez.
big dinner.
Want second dinner?
Kind of
Yeah,
like
I guess.
all I had
Stormy,
was,
how
like,
you
half-
doing?
Like a
I'm just
half a
here.
thing of venison.
Okay,
Really?
hold it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the tapeworm working now.
Oh,
Ah.
fuck.
Thanks, tapeworm.
If it means I can
Man.
eat more, I'm fucking in.
Look, it's the creepy ass lizard.
You're gonna not say that when it's coming out of your butthole. Like,
I-
okay, sir, I'm not gonna pay rent no more.
It's like you say that as a joke, but that's a legitimate way that very rare people are like, yeah, get me tapeworm.
Why?
What the hell?
Cause people got problems. I don't know.
The pals are just they're not cooperating today.
Oh, he's
Never
saying
food. Never be.
Sekis a sexy lizard.
I
Hello,
want one of
Andrew.
everything.
Yeah.
Uh,
do it and looping them out?
No.
No.
Lux.
There's something very zappy. Panda.
Alright, I have my ring on.
That's right. I wanted to go look
Panda.
for the wisp paws.
Oh, there's a bunch of them. There's 2 right here.
I found 2.
I'll let you have that one first.
Ball?
Oh, that's too bad. Never mind. I take it back.
Thank you.
Who's gonna punch me?
Wait. Where did it go?
There's one.
Ow.
Oh, that's so cute.
I
You're
think
such
the
a
module
baby.
is glitching my balls out.
You got your balls out?
Well, it's
Oh,
supposed to
no.
curve, but oh no. It's supposed
Do
to
you have the
curve through it
module?
like yeah, but it's like throwing it past them, and I don't know if I caught the other one. It kind of just like was there,
No,
and
I
then it
caught
was
the other one.
gone.
So
Oh, was that you?
the
Yeah.
the curve module, you have to get used to it because it curves quite a fucking bit.
It sure does.
That's it.
I should just
Um,
re-equip Lunaris because that was a lot better.
I'll tell you this: the curve module always aims to the left of where you want to throw.
Yeah, I noticed that because it swings out fucking wide as shit to the right. You cannot boot me. Fuck you, Glenn. Respectfully.
You should do it again.
No.
Okay.
Oh,
How
there's
you
another
argue
one for
against that? The fuck? I see Gatling gun ammo. Much as I like my crossbow, it's taking up a lot of days.
Oh, no.
I think I caught one.
Yeah, you got one. I don't know if you want
Hey, loop and look up.
I don't do the.
Everybody looking
I don't.
at-
I want to get the
Oh, look
bonus,
at
but I
that.
want it
The
on
hot butt
pills
stuff.
that I really want to hunt down.
Yeah,
On the
I
roof.
really like the.
That's what I'm
No, that's
talking
fair.
about.
He's actually still at my party right now. See?
You gotta butcher that one too?
No. Not yet.
All right, the boss
Fuck
pal is. Oh,
Why does
Uh,
this one?
a
Oh, it's a
sexy
different
lizard.
type of Elphadramp, but mine's bigger.
do you want it?
I'll take it.
Here.
I don't really want to, but I will absolutely since it's giant.
I kind of want to keep around. I'm breaking in. My Elphadran's also breaking it. God damn it,
Oh,
Elphadran.
it blows up!
Oh, that's
Was it
unfortunate.
the Elizabeth?
Yeah, the
Yeah, that
lavender.
So lucky it didn't kill me.
Well, never mind. No one gets it.
We really we're really low on stone again. Jeez.
I just made a bunch of
Stone.
house spears. I've gotta go and get some stone for us.
Alright, let me
Oh,
Put
there's
my
like
Elphadram
something
back
in
in my
this fucking
pocket.
chest. Why isn't it showing up?
There's 35. Well, we got 3,500.
Okay.
Wood. We are low in wood.
Got some wood right here.
ha.
It's not showing up some of the wood.
So what you're saying is he has a little bit of class.
Oh. I understand the obsession with segment now.
It's very good
Oh.
for crafting, but also, you know.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
good.
nice.
It's good with its hands. Very good.
Uh huh. I can see that.
Powerful.
hmm
Powerful.
Very good with its hands.
I just want to boss me down.
HR, can you please check on our guest? HR, you just don't want another.
Hey, life hack. Is that a thing over there in the water?
Jesus.
An effigy? Yeah, looks like it.
Like the giant stone statue.
That is also a thing, yeah.
Oh, hey, actually, Ace, you're not doing anything important right now. Show me where the cherry blossoms are.
Do you see
think
me
this is a
moving
building.
as slow as a
Yeah.
fucking rock?
The stronghold here.
I mean, that doesn't concern me.
I've got 44,000 pounds on me.
It's not a dungeon, but
Also, I don't know where the cherry blossoms are. That was Lupin.
Oh, Lupin.
Whoa.
You unlock that in your technology.
Yeah, but like, where's
Uh.
the area that has them just growing?
Oh, this
trees?
guy's just tapping
Oh,
for a soda. I feel so bad. But not really.
Hold on.
Oh, hang on, I gotta count that right.
I can
Oh, yeah,
tell you
good
where the
point.
toilets
Oh.
I don't have
Don't
the...
capture.
are. I don't have
Fucking space
there's-
for this.
You don't. There's no way to ride multiple people on a ride today.
Yeah, but I can follow you, Pookie. I have this thing called an Alpha
So much that you.
You can fast travel back.
Yeah. Okay.
Or
No, it's not like I.
add Lupin your fast travel to it, and then have May place a mark where you're at.
Yeah.
Well, actually, how is May gonna see it?
Yeah, that's...
Oh fuck. Shut up.
Why did I listen to the thing? Oh god.
I don't know. Why did you?
See, he thought it was a good idea at first.
I was like, yeah, I can actually do the thing I need to do to get fucking night sand.
Help!
Oh shit! Wrong button, wrong button, wrong button, wrong button.
He's not allowed to do it.
I didn't mean to. I wanted to show you Baby Ace. Look at him. Yeah, I can't change that.
I'm stuck in a spot. All right, we're okay.
God damn it, Baby Ace. Stop running away from me. Like, change it while we're here. I can pet him. Oh shit. Ew, I'm inside of his
Oh my
face.
God.
Ew.
You know, I was kind of right about the Fantasy Star fucking noises. That's what the beam saber sounds like.
We're Paladin. We're Warforged now.
You ain't cleaning me, bitch.
Okay. Already damn.
Yes.
Is my super suit is up in a minute. Give me a second.
Aw, even Alphadran's just bouncing up and down. Look at him, he's so happy.
I do not, Del. I don't know where Deltas is.
I think Delphus is actually the one nearest that is also near Maze, but he's in the grass area. I believe he has the base near the Chillet Floss.
How did you get in this one?
I don't know. How do you get in this guy? Oh, is it through here? Or did you go up here?
I'm up. Maybe I missed it.
Yeah, go to the Chillet Floss slope and then go across the bridge. I believe that's his base.
I'm sad myself. Bastard. Kill them!
Woo! You know, I didn't really need you to do that to me, sir.
Oh, that's your chain gun.
He did have a chain gun, yes.
Still can't find my way in, though.
All right, my boy's up. Put a waypoint. You got a flyer, right?
Yeah, I got Alphadran.
I want this guy!
It might take you a while.
Oh, that's not.
I am aware.
I was trying to capture him through the wall. Let's see if he'd let me.
Nice.
I don't know how to
I was
get
like,
in
I
this
don't have
side.
him. He's cool.
I'm so
I have an
confused.
idea.
Oh, the marker doesn't show up for a minute.
I murdered everyone else on the bottom floor. I don't know how to get
I
up
have
to the
a
middle.
really dumb idea. Yup.
I mean, dumb ideas can be fun.
I'm climbing through the window. Okay, dumb idea didn't work.
It just leaves us on top of the window.
Uh-huh.
Hold on.
There's no way we're both as dumb.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, I found it! I
Dumb
found it!
or blind? There's a difference.
I could also pick up this thing.
Nope.
Was it worth picking up?
Here we go. Alright. Well,
Wait, is this seriously it? Is this the way in? Oh, Jesus Christ. Found it, Lex.
Where is it? Oh.
Dumb.
did you just randomly catch that Alpha-Tran?
Yeah. Fuck that bitch.
He's got high level fear, so probably.
Working.
This is gotta be it, right? There it is. I like how this guy's ass is sticking through the wall.
You're welcome.
You're into it. No shame though.
Oh.
It's totally normal.
Oh, I
There's a
see.
coin over there that I can get.
There was a door there. Huh.
Look, it's wrong
Oh, hi
here.
guys!
Neat.
I'm gonna get that marker and eat it.
Sir, do not use the flamethrower.
Types of rib bunnies.
It might be more.
Most pals either have 2 types, or occasionally there's some that have 3.
Sorry.
Oh, it's just rude.
I didn't do it on purpose, I swear.
I want a Battalia.
Pally's pretty good for planting.
Oh.
Oh, you.
Oh, it's a little thingy. Do you have this one?
Floppy, come here.
Yes, no?
Yeah, it's all yours.
Wait.
Shit.
Hey, cutie.
Floppy, come here. I want you. Ow.
And you're
Stop
purple
shooting
too.
me. Oh, wait. My pal's strong enough to fight you.
Oh, hang on.
Love the Death Knot, Uvatalin, Sex Death Knot, Zapdos. I know, I love it. I love it so much. I don't have enough inventory space for that.
Come here, Floppy. Gimme.
Ooh, look, they have space for this.
Why? Floppy!
No,
Oh, okay.
it's alright.
Fuck it.
I can
That's
make
safe here.
that, no problem. Ooh,
Ah.
arrows though. Nope, regular arrows,
Can't
okay.
believe it would
Got
rather die than come home with me. That's rude.
It's a big fucking window.
I want to
Must have heard the
Fortnite
rumors.
it. I just want to Fortnite it.
Oh, wait. Like, you technically have durability. Except for this. So, back to this really quick to empty bags.
Yeah, I guess we should probably do that.
Nice. Get up, Mindy, now. They killed my baby boy.
Father, help!
No! The Battalia died again in the fight. This is dumb.
Well, like Luke said, they must have heard the rumors.
Let me just bring out Baby Ace. Baby Ace will take care of
Oh,
it for me.
Surf. Hang on. Behind this, there's
Oh wait,
a
you're not
effigy.
behind me anymore.
Oh, hey, I thought you knew that I was fighting the thingies.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you have a pal
your
that
attention
can-
deficit went harder than mine. Good. Okay.
Ooh, what is this? Munch. Interesting. Flight path.
Bitch! Oh shit.
Did you want to get? Did you have the flight path that's to the right over here?
To say what now?
The one in the Oasis Isle? Do you have the quick travel there?
I do.
I'll get all you then.
I have all the
Oh,
ones
come
over here.
on.
The only one I'm missing is the deep sand dunes to the north.
Gotcha. I also should probably make some more pal walls. I'm running out.
Give it.
No.
How many pow balls are you making?
Use those.
No. Like 10.
Thank you. Come on. Stop being a little bitch. Come with me.
Hey, Lupin.
Stop.
Pizza?
Okay, give me 1
Thank
second.
you.
You can go do the
It shouldn't
pizza.
take
I'll
that
try and
long.
catch
I
another
mean,
one.
considering they screwed it up a bit. Alright, inventory stuff.
Yeah, you go do the pizza thing. I still got little pals I can get around here. Like, I want that floppy. Floppy, come here.
Oh, I saw a thing. What is
Boy, I
bulk
wish you would-
storage mean?
Yes.
The what thing?
Easy bulk storage. There's a button.
What the fuck hit me?
Go to your
Look
menu.
it up.
I don't know if it's just gonna throw shit wherever though. That's my concern.
I mean, the chest can only hold certain items. I've made it that way.
Yeah, but
Just go up to the chest and press C. It'll put back any duplicate items on there.
yeah, but we got a cajillion items.
Yeah, just go up to the chest and press C. It'll put back duplicate items.
What is freezing me? I don't understand. I don't see anything attacking me. They got rid of my Ultra.
Thanks. Where's the ammo chest? I have a bunch of bullets. in
I
there.
somehow have a bunch of food on me.
Right beside the stairs. What if you are the food?
Shh.
Take a little
That's
bit.
your job, Ace.
Oh, you're the boss cook, Tyro. Buddy, I didn't want to fuck with you. I'm sorry. I gotta see what you're talking about.
I got energy grenades.
Where's the icy boy at? Oh, he is literally face first in the fucking refrigerator. That's fucking
Oh.
great.
I mean, that's okay. What's up, Lon?
Somebody's making disco balls.
Oh my god. I want them! Delta's right, I'd like these more. Son of a bitch.
Level 51 for those. No, those are exact.
You're looking at the ultimate sphere.
No, those are even higher.
Is that ultimate sphere 51?
No, these
No, whatever.
the exotic spheres. What? Fortune. Maybe that would be nice and big. What does my fortune say? Let's see. Don't miss out on your big chance to win big. Hit that.
Yes! That's fucked up, Loaf. Fuck you, Blonde! Can't boot me! I'm unboopable. It's taking me a level. Oh, I can make traffic cones. Neat.
Oh no, I can't see Lupin on my map anymore. Ah, there you are.
I'm still at 8 fucking spheres.
Ooh.
Take that long?
My big
What?
pirate boy.
These exotic spheres.
have a blaze howl, and I love him.
It probably takes that long.
Alright, do you want to go to the Terraria dungeon now?
Shit.
Maybe.
Hold on, I ran out of stamina.
Maybe yes. Yes.
You want to go in a sec? You got Palworld for this, just in case you want to catch any
What
stuff.
color?
This
Oh,
quick.
I've got 35 hyper spears.
What's the red one?
Those are just the red ones, and I have 2 pink ones and 2 purple ones.
Ooh.
I got 100 of these.
I don't know what I can.
What is 100 of these?
Those are the ones I just keep picking them up.
Oh, with some of these you can put your.
So you don't have
mountain
it. So you, it's like you don't have anything other than blue, is what you're saying.
No, I have 24 green, 17 yellow, 36 red, and blue, and pink.
Okay, so let's.
I just have 2 pinks, 2 purples, and 30 some odd reds.
Purples.
Yeah, it's the next one I can do.
30. This might be alright, especially since you've got the higher one. We can always go back to it though, so it's nothing like. major.
Yeah, the spheres are taking forever, so I don't want to ruin that.
Go
Large
to
tank.
Point
What are
to the
you?
desert.
Oh,
A
thank
little
you.
desert.
Dessert?
Dessert? What's dessert?
Somewhere I can't think. I could go for somewhere actually. It made me so happy to have something. Where's Fisherman's Point?
The desert.
Oh fuck!
Oh, that desert. I was thinking the other desert. Oh shit, I don't have my pal. Oh well.
Oh, Lux, you've already got that waypoint.
I unlocked every fast travel over here that I could get to. For now.
You already said.
Ooh, egg.
It's called I run, I unlock the fast travel, then I run away. I'm not proud of it, but it's what I do.
What I do. That's what I did with the Flying Island. So.
Is it really bad? I consider DoorDash.
Ah, the
fucking
Syndicate are the
large
bad
lizard.
guys. Can I
Considering you
enslave
just
some of them?
ate, well, okay,
Later.
no.
Later.
But it's gonna be liquid by the time it gets to you, man. Don't
Yeah.
do it.
Get ready.
It's
We can only get
liquid.
away with it by us.
I know, it's liquid from looping going to grab it.
Really just.
I know you do.
I want another Reese's Blizzard. That hit the spot that made me so happy.
That is honestly fair.
I hate the one by the clothes.
By the way, you are gonna hear the Terraria music. So.
Good thing I don't even know what the terrarium music is, huh?
Alright.
So many slimes!
These guys aren't hostile till you attack them. I lied.
You lie? No. Can I just whip a ball at him? Just.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
You might want to damage it a little bit just to make it easier.
What I'm gonna take this sphere module off. Because I am.
an egg loop and
Yeah,
hold on.
Sure.
Let me grab it
they're
real quick.
harder. They're harder to hit with the third module.
Here you go, Lex. That one's all ready for you.
It's a damp egg.
Oh.
Damp egg.
I'm just trying to, like, use my lesser balls and then I'll just
Hold
swap.
on. I used the thingy. No? Okay, fine.
Hold on a second.
Why is
Okay.
it fine giving you trouble?
They don't like greens.
I got a blue one ready for you.
Try some yellows. Yep. Oof. Oh, you motherfucker. Get back here. No, get back. Get your ass back here.
Come here, Herbal. I
Zach,
want
stop
you.
running. It's chasing.
Ow!
It's chasing you.
You're coming home with me,
Thank you.
Pookie. friends keep
Wait,
attacking
this had
me.
a lot more cheese on it than last night's. What the fuck?
I'm gonna take them with me.
Alright.
Bonus cheese.
What you done?
Does this bitch not want to get in the ball? I don't understand.
Yeah, it's getting slightly irritating watching it mouth of it.
Ow! Stop hitting me!
No.
Alright, Reaper
Alright.
motherfucker. It
Yeah.
does not like the yellow balls at all.
You have to give it a second. Stun it.
Why are your balls yellow?
Or don't.
You threatened it.
It's better. I love stunning. Oh.
I was gonna say, can you break these?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh fuck!
They
I
use
accidentally
the-
killed that one.
The bars from this area specifically to build the schematics you learned. And
Oh,
they
I-
are waitlist, by the
Oh,
way,
gimme.
so you don't have to worry about wait. Do you want the demon eye or no?
Yeah, where'd he go?
He's right here.
It's so creepy.
Ah!
Oh. Hey there, Lupin.
This is a big dungeon, by the way, so like it's huge.
Yeah, so am I.
Alright, do you care for any pals in this room right here right now?
I got what I wanted.
Nah,
Okay.
go ahead and murder.
All the mushrooms.
Wait. So Lux is allowed to murder pals, but
We're in a
I'm not.
dungeon.
We're not butchering the eye.
I'm not butchering the ones I befriend and then go and murder with a butcher knife.
Yep. Dungeon monsters are different from regular ones.
Yep. I didn't befriend them in order to be my pal. And then murder them
Oh, that's-
in cold blood.
Right, left, or forward?
I went right.
Not really semantics, but
Yeah. Tomato.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Fuck Samantha.
seriously.
Yeah, fuck you, Samantha.
Wait, am I gonna hate her even more in this next book?
I hate Samantha in general.
Oh.
She's just a terrible whatever.
Well,
is.
she's just there to be annoying and kind of like plot weaponry.
She always wants to
Great
take
is that
people.
they had fucking map layouts for dungeons.
Not gonna lie, Lupin, I lost you for a second. Up there you are.
That's kind of fucked up,
When did
Ace.
you fucking learn laser? What the fuck?
Oh, turns away like, ha
What the hell? When did you learn laser? Stop running away from me!
Out of stamina.
Holy shit! I didn't know he fucking knew laser.
I might have to try and farm a wisp paw with better traits because that looks pretty awesome.
Watch this shit, Dad. What?
Lupin, where'd you go? There you are.
I know the general layout of this dungeon. The areas I went, so. Get your electric fat ass out of here.
You know what, Ace? Come here, sit to my face, bitch!
The Isle of Silence. That's how you know I can't live here.
Alright, straight or left?
Fuck, that's the pick.
What?
Straight or left?
Right.
We already went right.
Found a treasure
Oh.
chest. Wait,
Left?
Oh,
there.
Like a butterfly.
Like when you pee.
I can't kill him, so I just want to kind of just quickly finish him off.
I missed every single one of them. It's fine.
Oh, what's that?
We're mercy hitting him.
Ooh, there's
Alright,
a
we're
marker
just gonna
there.
take
Perfect.
that off.
I'm gonna want that.
We are getting close to purple. Yeah, let's go this way. I believe this place put that in and then we come back this way.
I've got a pony. Boom.
See a little boing, boing, boing.
Boing. Boing. I love this pony. It's a great pony.
There's so many mushrooms.
Ooh,
This
look at all
is,
the mushrooms.
This is replicating the biome.
the mushroom area.
Just about.
Can we grow mushrooms? I just got a blueprint for a cool sword. Excalibur schematic 2.
That is one of the weapons of Fury.
I got some armor or something.
Excalibur.
You probably got the hallowed armor. It said I got an Excalibur schematic last time, but I never actually saw it in my inventory afterwards. So I was confused.
Ah,
Ow!
what the fuck just hit me?
Wait, why are you guys following? Oh no.
No, those are aggro. We shouldn't aggro.
We need to enjoy some more of the herbals.
What?
This quivered is super cute.
Also super high level.
Yeah, but can't I use the ball you gave me?
It's not gonna work.
Oh.
Hold on,
Alright,
let's
I lost
actually go
track.
back
You
here
let
to
you
the
go.
middle.
Oh,
Is
because
it
I
the
know where
boss
this
one?
leads.
Is it the boss one?
no, it's not a boss one.
Oh, I've
No,
been
it's
trying to
just
find
a
the
grass-
boss one.
It's just a grass one.
I want the grass one too. I accidentally murdered it, but I really want the boss one for sure.
Boss
Oh,
will work.
Oh, so you're allowed to accidentally murder, but when I do it, I'm a monster.
You don't
I
actually
mean,
oh,
it was either
accident.
that or I died. And again, it was out in the wild. I didn't befriend it and then murder it in cold blood in my base.
Got that ball.
Uh-huh.
Get him back.
Oh. Oh, standing back. Okay. Oh, shit!
Okay, go ahead and throw it.
Yay! Oh, fuck! Something hit me! What is that?
I don't know.
Alright.
Bird dash! Wait, what is that ninja thing? No, he took out my bird! Shit.
Ow!
Alright.
Ow! There's traps. Ow! I don't
can
care.
use
Worth
that
it.
Fast teleport to get back home and get another one of my birds.
Yeah, let's go back to the left. There's nothing else.
Fuck. Let me go do
Oh,
that.
this guy just doesn't.
Hold on. I gotta go put this bird up and grab my Vtuber again. I'll be right back.
Yeah, last time I did this dungeon, I didn't go this way, so I was like, wait a minute, if we're going to the left.
Oh, you told me pick a direction, so I picked a direction.
Oh, no, I just remembered. I was like, oh, wait a
I
minute.
would like to remind you, this place is a high level area. So it's
I wanted the so on one hand, kind of worth it. On the other hand, I'm like, fuck. Now I gotta go back, return this bird, get another bird.
Now, this next year we're coming to walk, kind of take it slow for all the pals that you probably want, if you want to catch them.
All right, Alpha let's go.
Shit.
going
Probably want
back.
to put your pals away too, or set them defensive. Or peaceful, one of the two. Does anyone like a cave vent?
Alright, Elfin, I'm back. Where did you go?
It's cute. I'll take it.
There you are.
Where to go?
Oh shit.
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't like the green one.
Well,
Hey, fuck man, I ain't even want to shot you. Asshole.
I love how Ace pays the consequences for my actions every time.
Anyone
Oh,
like
I
this
see
line?
it ahead of us.
Where'd he
Hell
go?
yeah.
To be honest with you,
Oh, there he is.
Alright, now I gotta find a teleport.
He is in
nearby.
the. Okay.
yeah, one
Well.
up ahead here.
Huh?
There's one up ahead here.
Oh, okay. You land. Get some out of stamina.
I get it.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, god damn it. Killed it.
Didn't kill anything.
Just remember, if you teleport here, be careful. There are enemies in this. So just
Oh, I see them. Yeah.
hold it and yeah, now you can just come here whenever you want.
Seriously?
Hell yeah. I'm gonna look for a place to settle down when I get a little
They don't
closer
like
to this level.
golds. Oops. I hit the wrong one.
Thanks.
I got one.
You got one left.
Well, it worked, I guess. Yep, I got one.
This way.
I'm gonna just have an army of slimes.
You can come here anytime too, so it don't matter.
Oh, the herbal. I haven't seen those yet.
We were not.
They were fighting each other because one of them was dead. Hey buddy, I just... Cool, got him. 8% catch rate. What the fuck is that?
Nothing.
I don't thought you knew.
I didn't go this way before. Oh, it's a life crystal. Oh shit, it's like the life crystal in the actual game. Sweet. So in Terraria you get extra heart. This just boosts your HP permanently. Alright. What? This is the mushroom biome in the game that's deep underground. Hey, right blue.
You're blue, I'd say probably protects the eye.
Alright, there's 2 cave beds up there.
Do you think that bat won't go through the wall?
Yeah.
But I got their attention.
Yeah.
Nice cocklow.
Nice cock.
Oh, apparently I have a cave pet? Huh.
There's the enchanted sword that I had.
Ow!
Maybe you shouldn't stand still.
Where'd it go? Oh, that's a 14%. It does not care about the balls.
Kinda like it just a little bit for you. You get your section.
Where are you, PIDF officer? Do your shit.
I guess put back in sphere after every comment. He's like, I just want to go to my home, my wife and kids.
Oh, you're the other bats that I want. You're the purple ones.
I'm sorry, they come in purple?
That. You know, I feel like they should probably see a doctor.
No, you gotta weaken them.
My bat just fell through the floor.
Sure did. Back. Yeah. These are higher level.
My ass kicked up.
So, naturally, everything else wants to fight us as we're trying to fight the bats.
There's no enchanted sword.
Alright, let me go grab my book that arrived.
Bat, come back!
You want another enchanted sword or no? What?
No, I want a bat. Give me the bat.
Careful.
I'm gonna sell this.
I don't like the balls. Oh, that one went through the floor.
Oh, it,
There's one right here. How did I get fucking attacked, you asshole? I don't know if we'll be able to get that Iceland Pokemon that I showed you because it looks like they're pretty close to death.
Motherfucker keeps saying the P word.
Man, Pokemon pal. It's almost dead, so whoever wants it, you better get it.
Is that what you're telling you girls?
Here's the Lumen Slime.
Got it.
They're purple pinkish.
I'm like, they look like the red ones, but slightly vibrant. Or vibrant. Vibranter.
We didn't run into any purple slime. Yeah.
Thanks for coming, Daddy.
stop running away from me, little
Well,
meathead.
I think I hit the wrong one. Oh. Ow.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Come back this way. There's another way we can do it real quick. At least the boss area.
Can I pick one of these swords up and use it as a weapon?
Nope. Be cool though. In the actual game, they're annoying as fuck.
Ooh, there's a nice one for me too.
Oh, there's more.
Ladies,
That hurt. It's gonna warn you.
This bitch just froze me. I already got the one, so this is all you.
really, why don't you just play nice once?
No. No, Mr.
Ha! Did play nice. Suck it, Lupin.
No. I do not have a small enough hole.
Shuby, hello. I hope you're having a good day. Ooh, you have ramen delta? Very nice. Very nice.
Fuck is a Killaminari Primo?
A jellyfish.
No, these.
I hatched one of those. I don't know what they are.
My book.
Primo's normal size.
They're cute.
Looks like things have spawned back. Oh. I see. I have been using this gun wrong the whole time.
Ooh, I don't have.
I get them. You know what? You should
Oh wait, I need that.
ball.
Oh, we both need that. Okay.
Uh,
They respawn. Oh, so they respawn is what it is. Ow.
Yeah, we went out of the area, so.
just fuck it. I hate you.
Ow.
You're like, I'm gonna stun it for you. Catch it.
Oh my god. Oh.
Now it's stuck. Okay.
They're just bitches.
What is that slime? Lux, I found slime you need.
What? Oh my god, it's gay.
That was me last
We
time.
love that. Hell yeah, gay.
I need it. Just FYI.
All yours.
No, come back. Oh, you motherfucker. I pissed away 2 purples on that. Okay. Okay.
Ow.
I think I've spent more balls in this dungeon than I anticipated. I'm gonna run out of balls at this rate.
We're getting close to the boss.
It's like they know I'm not
It's
gonna get the
gay.
fuck out of it.
We love gay.
Never mind, maybe I am gonna be the slime pal tamer. I can't not now.
I can't believe I turned this bitch around. Fuck.
What?
Carefully running up to the boss area, sorry. Actually, you're in the boss area, I think. No, you're running up to it, never mind.
Oh. Is that the boss? Is it the big guy?
Yes, it's the big eyeball.
Ew.
I lost my go.
Yes, he's naturally able to go underground, by the way. Alright. That's the second phase.
Oh, it grows teeth.
Yeah, it's second phase it does that, it goes underground. If you want it,
Ah, fuck!
if you want it, you better catch it.
I do not want it.
I do!
I've already got it, so.
I got a rainbow fucking slime, that's all I need.
Catch it,
Working on it.
suck.
God, all of us have 6% luck chance or 8.
I ain't even talking
He
about
has a
chance, you
point.
suck at throwing the damn ball. What the hell is this fucking deflecting off? You don't have any higher ones, do you?
I was trying to see. I'm gonna shoot you. First hit. Fucking.
There you go.
Damn! He took like 10 of the pink ones.
Good, good.
Celestial Sigil. I didn't get a flying pal. I'm in trouble.
Didn't get the. There's fast travel.
Oh, was there?
You literally picked it up before we went in.
I remember! That was the past. Stop living in eyes.
This motherfucker.
That's funny.
I think I'll make some balls. Holy shit, that ice is really good at doing stuff. Are those rainbow fucking spheres done yet?
Rainbow slime. Can be ridden. I'm sorry, what? Can jump high into the air when mounted.
That's fine.
Oh my god, they all can be.
It's like you want to put down the arcade machine again?
Sure.
Don't put down the claw machine.
But I like the claw machine.
That's what was making music.
Ruining my fun over here.
Pancakes. You know, they'll love me if I make the pancakes, right?
Who doesn't love pancakes?
Exactly. They'll love me if I make them pancakes.
Wait.
Oh my god, my PIDF soldier guy is
Alright,
also
I'll be right back.
eating from the basket. I
Fine,
love that.
fine, not fine. Can ride.
I love that for him. The fact that he also eats from the same bucket as all the other pals.
Oh, I'm totally rebuilding the claw machine then. Loaf.
I mean, it is nice and quiet, but yeah, I guess that's fair too.
No, you can turn it off in a setting. Like literally just a claw machine, he said.
Actually, I don't know what. Wait, can the rainbow slime just be ridden?
Oh, yeah, maybe it goes in here. Throw it out.
Oh my god. Boing. 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 Oh, how you do? Oh my goodness. It's slow, but I don't care. I love it.
I feel those little balls you used to jump on as a kid.
Yep. Love. Oh. Oh, I see.
Good job, buddy. Using all that charcoal all by yourself.
And you stopped that, Stormy. I saw that. Oh, it's a transporting sign. Oh, that's fucking adorable. Look at it transporting.
Oh, it's on top. That's amazing.
That's so good.
Just for curiosity's sake, what level transport is it?
I don't think it's high. 1.
Oh.
It is particularly useless, but it's cool. So, you know, there's that.
And all it has is one attack. Oh my god.
Correct.
It's adorable, but it is a terrible pal.
Loaf, no. Absolutely useless. But fun to have around just the base.
Alright, to make.
Oh my god, I could
Okay.
have a base with just slimes.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of,
You're the cutest little helper. I love the fact this is on top of them and they're just like, hey, I'm doing my job.
Do well, damn it.
Best dungeon ever. Thanks, Ace.
yeah.
So, alright. I basically resupplied my pal spheres.
Did we ever build that crude oil extractor yet? Okay, well, give me a second. I'm gonna go do that real quick.
Give me my book.
No book.
Who found the alpha mod?
My manga's fucking wrapped in this shrink wrap, and I'm like, give it.
Like, and you can't get aggressive with it because all it does is just hurt the book. The
Yeah,
alpha
I
will
know.
what?
The Mog.
Aggressive with it. It's just like,
Where am I looking?
I don't know if someone got it in here. Circuit boards.
What's on the log?
Whoever had it, maybe. No, it's over there by the plants, harvesting or whatever.
Oh. Oh. Little things.
I'm a little concerned this thing's licking the onions out of the ground. I don't know that I like that.
But don't worry about it.
I'm worried about it.
Don't worry about it.
I'm worried about it.
Okay.
Minute
Yay.
36.
Oh yeah, I need to do shiny spheres. Since that dungeon took all my pal spheres.
Yeah, it took quite a bit.
Oh, I can make her purples and pinks. can I do? Pinks are probably cheaper now.
I did a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Oh,
my-
Lex, I need you to actually come here real quick.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Because you're the only one that can place down a foul box.
Where do you need me?
Go to the desert. Right in.
1 second.
It's near the Fisherman's Point.
On it. Thank you for the head pats. Don't like the yolk, but I like the head pats. You look heavy.
A little bit.
Wow, that's rude.
Oh, it's either he's heavy or he's got to poop. And both can be true, so you know. Take a heavy poop. Okay. I still can see you.
Hey, buddy, you missed that one.
He did his best.
Alright, I've got the materials to make a foul base. Place it anywhere right here, don't matter.
Ah, finished making all my stuff while I was scanning
There
through
you
that
go.
book. Cool.
Oh my god, hush. Oh, hold up.
Oh, yeah.
Please, Howl, why are you laying up here? Pookie, you are too big to be here.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, gosh.
Well, that's still gonna take a hot minute, huh?
A few minutes. Probably put out the cat.
I didn't think to take the cat with me. But
There's a foul
Quivering,
box right there.
Quivering has. Oh, fuck you.
What?
Oh,
You know what? Fuck you. Shut up.
where's my cat dishes?
Okay, Ace, we're gonna have to trademark this.
I don't have a...
Oh my god! What the shit?
Why do you have so many cats?
Lo-fi
What the
questions.
You have a lot of cats that want to Anubis.
One giant Anubis, I might add.
He is a looking,
Loaf? What did you do?
Build culture. Okay. We can dismantle this. Alright. You can dismantle the power box too. But since we can build a third base, we need to find you, or you need to find a place for your third base.
Loaf wants to breed.
Well, yes. That's just low.
Are you sure it's
Yeah.
just loaf? Because
Well-
you attract a lot of e-girls.
Did you?
We're not gonna
Wow.
include May because May's only singular breeding itch is Lavender.
Oh, you're really gonna dig yourself out of this one, huh? You really think you can dig yourself out of that, huh? Huh?
One e-girl. All it was is one.
Well, no, I meant talking about May breeding.
Yeah. We constantly talk about Lavender. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, just because I want to fuck the Lovander doesn't mean I want to breed it. I
Yeah,
feel the
you
same way
fucking
about
lie to me.
Lovander. I feel the same way about Lovander as I do about my husband. I'll stick my dick in it, but I ain't breeding with it.
Don't you fucking lie to me.
What do you mean?
One's IRL, one isn't, motherfucker.
And
Look, your screws are ready.
Oh, thanks. I'm gonna grab those.
I don't have space on the ground, so I'm gonna see if I can build up here. Oh, please let me be able to build it up here. Oh, I can. Okay.
What's up, Loaf?
What? What? What?
They come in different flavors.
Whoa.
That's amazing.
What is that?
It's a Woolly Pop.
Woolly Pop.
That's
What up,
fucking
SpongeBob?
amazing. I didn't realize they came in flavors. That's really cool. I love it.
Oh, hot. Up the plastic hot.
Yeah?
So,
Sek, are you making stuff on this thing, or are you just standing here?
no, I was like, I was just doing the thing and letting you do your thing. Looking you to make more, I was just gonna help make it. But no, so like there's a spot with the Pokemon print that I'm doing that
Just so you know, if you turn around, there's a cat doing stuff to you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
it's essential. That's fine. Even if it wasn't, it's a cat. They don't fucking care what other people think.
You're right.
Oh, but so I printed a Sylveon for I don't remember who. For the
Sylveon.
charity thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
And the ribbons keep fucking up, so I couldn't I stopped the print twice already, I'm not gonna keep burning up filament. So I just kinda melted it and rounded it off best I could.
I mean, whatever works.
It's not the best answer, but I don't know how else to fix it.
That's fair.
Alright, Flex and Loaf, do you have a spot where you want to put third base out?
In your butt.
I'm assuming I can grow anywhere, so.
Yes.
Where do you want to go, Loaf?
Where's the best breeder want to breed?
Me, 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 me,
Right.
me, me, me.
Do you want to be one of most breeding things?
You literally just said you weren't going to breed with
The-
anything. You are a
The
hypocrite.
phrasing. Oh, ooh, shots fired off the bow.
Oh, human power generator. Nice. Now I know what my PIDF officer can do.
You mean you're human?
You guys said
Yeah.
I was terrible.
Yeah, I take it back. Yes, I already said that. I'd take it back.
I know. I'm just bringing it up. Don't you worry.
Here's the difference though. Ace eventually intends to do that.
Give him a minute, I'll mark a few spots and post them in Discord. Okay. That's fair.
Yeah, that's right. I was trying to make pancakes, but these fucking watering bitches aren't making the flour fast enough.
Get better water bitches.
Yeah, I need to.
I'll back up. There he is. Hi, buddy.
Alright, I'm going east. Right? Yeah.
What are you shooting at, Ace?
You can toss a coin and it automatically reflects to an enemy.
Interesting. Are we waiting for something, or?
Yeah. Did you put your schematics right back? The one that you got from the dungeon?
Oh, no. I mean, yes. In the future.
He did.
Eat shit, bitch.
We have a lot of schematics. Maybe we trim these down a little.
We can in a moment. That's what the drafting board is for.
Oh.
So
What?
Where are you at, Ace? I see you.
ooh woo.
That's weird. Go look at Lex.
I don't like that. Please get that away from me. I will murder you. I will turn on PvP just to murder you and then fucking leave.
Well, we'd have to
Rest-
kick him from the guild.
Rest of the
first and then
server
kill
can
him.
just fucking burn. I don't care.
That shit was funny.
See, the thing is, the schematics you picked up, I can't seem to build them. That or you just haven't placed them in yet.
I did. Oh, I placed one of them, not the other one. I'm sorry.
Why do you got Excalibur? And that's what I was looking for. There it is. Oh shit.
Okay.
Oh, right. I have a bunch of mushrooms I can cook with.
Mushrooms, mushrooms.
Mushroom.
You ready to see what this thing can do, Sex?
Fast.
It releases shockwaves around you.
How much damage does it do?
I'm only 432.
Well,
They're not really meant to do a shit ton of damage. I mean, they're a collab item. They're good for like lower level stuff. But that's also, you found a blue schematic. I'm sure there's a legendary one we can possibly get.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna catch so many people. Come here, person. You're mine now. Oh, what? person in a pal sphere is inhumane? Nah. He didn't want to be captured and enslaved to me. He should have beaten me.
You? You won't?
I'm waiting for Loaf to mark out map locations for the third base, so they can have a interesting farm
They can have a fun time.
of love. I'm struggling. Go to you. Okay, that's fine. Do you want to try and get those knights again, Ace?
Yeah, we can. I don't think Sec has that fast travel though.
Well, there's one way to get it.
Where am I going?
If you've got the furthest flats, go to that one. If not, go to the Sandstone Plateau Watchtower, and if you don't have that one, go to Dune Shelter.
Oh, hell yeah. Can I also combine the humans in like the PAL blender to make them stronger?
Yes.
Why would you tell the truth on that one?
Yeah, at least she's not butchering them.
Hey, you want the forest? This is how we get the forest.
I'm gonna
Why did
blend
my
so
bird
many
sweet
people.
flame?
What?
I gotta capture more people to blend them.
Where are you at, Sec? Okay, so...
Oh, you're talking about the game. Okay.
Do
I
you
was
see
like,
the
what the
Watchtower,
fuck?
Sec, nearby?
Yes.
It's on a very... Yeah, I'll
Trey,
go
you're
unlock
so
that real
cute,
quick.
and I love you. We're gonna blend so many people together. You're so cute.
That's why we can't have nice things.
No. Blending them
This
is
is
a
true.
nice thing.
It's a
Not
thing.
people getting blended.
If they didn't want to be blended, then they should have beaten me. Just don't be weaker than me, forehead. Duh.
I don't.
No. Mate. So I think it's coming into like view how like May got married. Like she just beat her husband into submission. It's like just don't be weaker than me, forehead.
No. My husband is exactly where he wants to be.
Is that what he said or is that what you said?
That's what we both said. He says
Oh.
he's safe with me.
Just say
Now-
together when the police show up.
I have stuff like that.
All the officers
So how are we gonna go about catching these? Like, who's catching what?
gonna die.
There are so many people here to capture. Fuck yeah.
I think I'm gonna rethink my Palworld playtimes.
Yes. Everyone's favorite Lux. Bereft Lux.
Lux, how we doing this?
What?
How we doing this? Like, who's catching what?
I want to try to catch the paladin again. I mean, we can. Well, no, you need the paladin, so.
No. So you two could catch. So you can catch. You can catch the paladin one. Sec can catch the necromus one.
Okay.
That way we don't have to kill one off completely and no one gets anything.
That's fair.
Guys, Alphatran is just fucking wiping everybody out.
I'm almost there.
We'll have to do this a few times, but that's okay.
Yeah. That's kind of what I figured, so it really doesn't matter. But I would like the paladin one first. Because it's so shiny. I need it.
Well, I'll.
Sweet Alphatran,
Kinda-
you were so cute.
It's very
Where is it right now?
Diablo-esque. I need it.
I'm kind of worried to bring my pal out because I don't want it killing it because I don't really mercy.
I mean,
You really should
Well-
give Mercy.
Fuck no.
we can try it without the pals.
Well, no, I can use my pal. It's just when it gets down to certain health, I pull it like last time.
Hey, am I still using the pull-out method?
Pull and pray.
Yeah.
Wait,
Not
what?
pull and pray.
At least it isn't the Poland spray.
I have this little cutie.
Alright, I have an idea to start this fight off. Ready?
Whoa, 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 whoa! Where the fuck are you? You were not doing.
There's
your
a
idea. Where
fast
the fuck
travel
are
over
you?
here. Come here.
Before anyone asks, the husband went out to dinner with his father. I swear he's not trapped against.
There's a fast travel right there.
So top he'd be here tonight.
Yeah, I mean he will. It's just I forgot that he had dinner plans with his father. So he will be here. It's
I mean,
just he's gonna
Top's
be-
not here, so it's fine.
Yeah.
How dare he have healthy relationships in front of us like this?
I know. What the fuck?
Bullshit.
He since his father wasn't here in town for like Father's Day because of his own father's like health issues, my husband like made
Oh, we're starting it. Let's
reservations
go.
for the other. Like,
He just
special
one-shot my
dinner.
pal!
He's level 60!
We literally warned your ass.
I didn't mean to land, I ran out of stamina.
Well, let's
And
hit
they took that
Necro.
as a challenge to
Necro
open up
is
my
weaker right
butthole.
now and in the pit.
No, my
Oh,
butt.
incoming.
That's more than 2 fingers.
Return fire!
Return fire into their buttholes.
Look at the ones in the butthole.
I'd like to report I do a whole like 3 damage to this guy.
Oh, that's fine. Totally.
Actually. Brings out fishing pole.
Why my butt?
Oh, that's 31 damage. Oh yeah, fuck yeah. Oh no.
I'm trying to not fight you all!
Effective. Ow!
Hey, Max.
Hey, Sack. How you doing?
Just a little dead.
Can't imagine why. That tickled my butthole.
Ooh, I found. Yeah.
You know what? Come in there, little buddy. Other else on my sky. I don't think
I'm trying to think of. I really want the paladin one. Come here, buddy.
I do have high enough power.
Oh yeah,
If you want to just try it for your luck, go ahead and try capturing one of them. They're half
Oh,
health.
there's no way.
Fuck it. I mean,
yeah, I just did. Slapped it.
slap it.
One. Doink. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an 8% capture. Off purple.
Oh, good flow.
10%. That's better than 0.
Ah! Boink. Nope, still been slapping it.
You are aiming up for the necklace, right?
Yeah.
You know, it really doesn't help they're attacking each other. God damn it.
They're attacking each other.
The attacks hurt each other, and they were right next to each other. Because he was doing a spin attack. I'll give it a shot, Zach. No. Wow, he's bitchier than the paladin, huh?
More thugs, more thugs, more thugs, more thugs, more thugs, more thugs, more thugs. Hi, thugs. What is coming? Nope, you're gonna come with me. Come on, you're coming home. I'm taking you with me.
Call your kid, sir.
Nope.
Try it again so I could use love.
Oh, he's hungry. He'll feed you.
Yeah. Bitch.
Sometimes.
Excuse you?
Whoa!
Try again.
Yep.
Oh. What the hell is going on about this bird?
I can't damage him anymore, so this is.
If we can't damage him, you gotta keep eating.
That's not my spirit. Someone
I didn't throw that.
I Gluck did.
stole it. He stole it.
We now need to do this at least like 5 more times. Oh! So instead of losing it, we just, yeah, that's right.
Hey, I've got a Necromis. Loaf has one. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, Loaf, look at what you've
6,
done.
7. That's what you're saying.
Oh, right. Oh, I don't know what mine is. Wait, no, I just did my party.
I gotta go find all
I've got a male.
Yellamari, you're super cute.
Can't you just get the machine that changes their gender anyways?
Yeah.
It's still a fun fight though.
Alright, guys. Into the pal box you go.
Can't make me.
Yeah, I gotta rest
That's
some
what
of
put
mine
me in the
too.
pal box.
No, I gotta capture and enslave more people. You can't put me in the box.
I had 2 and I just stopped throwing them out there and I just brought out my Pyron.
Oh, baby Ace.
Still have not located a big Quivern.
No, I believe the boss quiver is probably in a high level area we haven't met yet.
Probably.
So it doesn't matter which one we change.
Do it, Loaf.
Well, here's the question though: if Lux and Sec hatch from an egg, it does count for them catching it, yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
Good job.
It's a shame we couldn't get the other one.
It went from like half to fucking dead.
It deaded,
They,
yeah.
They do a shit ton of damage to each other because they're literally polar opposites. So
What's the name of the really good crafty pal?
The what now?
segment.
Segment. Sec. It's got sec in the name.
Can't believe you Sec.
I could. I do.
Yep.
That tracks.
This is how I motivate my workers.
By spinning.
Yes.
Got so many people. I want to put them in that pal blender.
You know, at least mine have stayed on the foul box. I haven't put them to work, haven't made them feed from our foul box, I haven't butchered any of them, haven't condensed any of them.
Yeah.
I don't plan on it.
Oh, fuck, huh? Okay.
You
Hey, what's
good?
doing there? Yeah,
Kind of.
I'm trying to motivate them.
Is it working?
I don't know yet. What does it look
Oh.
like it's working? Oh, they want to sleep.
No, it doesn't.
You're boring. That's the opposite of motivating.
Damn.
Did you put it upstairs, or did you put it on top of the roof?
This arrogant pal critic is very arrogant. I wonder if I could put him in a ball and make him my arrogant pal critic. And then I have all the stuff I need to make the condenser. No, I don't. No.
Probably a good thing, let's be real. I find a way to replenish my food timer.
I like how the Snugglue just face plants.
If you move your food in your inventory to like a different slot in your inventory and then press sort, it resets the timer.
Oh, did they not fix that bug?
That's a different bug. It used to be you could put it in the chest and then pull it back out and reset it.
No, you could do it in your inventory too.
I don't know. Let me get yours and we'll get boning. Okay. Here, come here. I can drop it for you that way. No,
Make me mushrooms.
can I not drop it because it's oh, it automatically favors it. I forgot. Stupid thing ever. Okay. Now I can drop it. Well, if we really wanted to, we could get you both the Necromus and hatch them, and then we can just do them multiple times for the, paladin looking one.
Good.
Where are the bounty guys?
That is an option. I'm fine with that too. It limits how many times we have to fight those.
It's just the same. We still can't try to capture both in one run. This is get it.
I mean, I'll fight whatever.
Why, hello there, PIDF bounty officer. You know, if I had seen you sooner, I probably would have realized that capturing the PIDF was a bad idea. But seeing as they didn't, I have one of your friends in my camp.
You seem a little too
Bob?
happy that you found one of them.
He's got a family.
You wanna know how many
His
fucking
kids are
they
going
give?
starving now. His wife's got to turn tricks on the street.
You know, as someone who hates children, this actually makes me very happy. Thanks for that, Lupin.
I,
I love
this
this
is so-
description in the ranch. Love is blossoming between the two pals. Not enough cake.
Okay.
You know, that's fair.
Imagine you just in the middle be like, bitch, you flat as fuck. There ain't enough back here. You're like, what?
Cook! Cook, not Gyarados.
It's definitely Gyarados.
just a shiny version of it.
The shiny version of Gyarados is just red. That's red and black.
Get
That's
red
the
eye.
edgier version.
The Ace version.
Yeah.
It's Aqua Ace.
I
A
mean,
water type Ace.
Ace does wiggle wiggle.
And folds.
He just starts spinning. That's great.
Hell yeah! I can make a witch hat. Fuck yeah!
Yeah, but it's a fucking wide brim hat. You one of them bitches. For real, real.
Yes, Ace.
Yeah, because of Mary's suit.
And I really hate that we have the season finale of fucking Witch Hat, and I want more. Shit.
Wow.
God damn it.
No, you could just read the manga.
No!
Wait,
Okay.
oh, I thought that was gonna let both of them cook it at the same time. Okay.
I
whatever.
did that once, and then I got upset because the anime didn't come up or catch up in time.
Well, now it doesn't want to. Oh, there we go. I was like, well, fuck.
It's as somebody who's read the manga. Whew. That's a fun one. No one can convince me that Keyfree and Olrugio aren't gay as fuck for each other.
You know, with the child
There's no
endangerment in that anime, it makes sense why you like him, eh? Seeing how you
That's
are in
actually
Pal
what we-
World. Wait, a lot of things make sense now.
Everything's starting to make sense.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's all
Lux
piecing
is like,
together
I
now.
finally.
I understand.
That is what we call that anime when we go watch it. Watch the
Child endangerment. Lupin
Child
started
endangerment
it.
of the anime.
Lupin started that, and I have to admit, it's fairly accurate.
Gentlemen?
Okay, but to be fair, like, Keyfree and Olrugio aren't intentionally endangering the children. They're endangering themselves, and they're just not stopping them.
Hey, Lux, have you looked at
No.
level 68
What?
for technology?
Sorry, what?
Go look at level 68.
Level 68. I'm so far away from that. What do you mean?
It's a goal.
I'm talking about the.
What are you talking about?
Next to the spear.
Yeah.
Oh.
Am I supposed to recognize it?
It's the P90
X?
P channel.
It's not pink.
Jesus Christ.
I don't
No,
think you
that-
understand. Peachan is pink.
You
That's
can
fair.
spray paint it.
I mean, you're right. I could.
Maybe it's peach hen undercover.
Ooh,
It's,
that. You know what? I accept that.
Regally distinct peach hen.
Oh my gosh, one of the people I captured are good at watering. Fuck yeah!
So, what do I put this in?
So whatever.
What am I?
The ammo decal for guns.
Oh, I don't know.
Humans are not pals. Yeah, but they sure do work like pals. Go fucking water the fields, you little bitch. I'm gonna put your friends in the compressor when I get all pieces.
You see what Lowe said in there?
Yeah.
I mean, you just keep talking about that damn lizard.
Wait, how does he know what I'm saying?
It's almost like Lowe's listening streams.
Yeah, you know, that would make a whole lot of sense.
Yes, it
That's
would.
the, oh my god, everything that can be said, or that I've said can be against me in court. Oh no, not again.
Take it back. I didn't mean it.
Dear stream, for legal reasons, everything I've set up until now is a joke. Except for
It's
the
all
part
about
where I
in Minecraft.
yeah, Except for the part where I said that I love my husband. Yeah, that was real.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
The more you say it, the more I tend to question it.
You got something you want to tell us?
Probably not us.
You got something you want to not tell the police?
Oh god.
No, it's
Why
fine.
am I
I let my
here?
husband leave me alone. We appreciate how much he supports my slight obsession with Fire Emblem.
Yes, light. Okay.
I thought you were about to say firearms for a second. I'm like, oh,
Oh
hold
my
it,
God.
hold it. We're going the wrong way again.
Is that really such a bad thing?
I
Oh.
mean, technically no, but like I don't know. I feel like I'm the sort of person you don't want having a firearm. You know.
Oh, for you,
legal
for
reasons.
sure, yeah. I wouldn't care if you had your license to carry. I would not want to be anywhere near you when you had a gun.
You know, that is valid. I would also not want to be anywhere near me.
My whole amazing like, well, fuck you! Pulls out a fucking Glock and shoots me in the kneecap. What was that for? Hey, you said
Oh
something
my
I didn't like.
god!
What?
Look at what I sprayed on the wall.
That's staying there now. It's just a little filtered.
Lux, I have a gift for you.
Is it me? Am I the gift?
Are you spray paint?
Are you willing to be human trafficked?
Oh,
You know, I human traffic a lot of people, so like it's only fair, you know?
You just locked yourself out.
alright, you're gonna love it.
I like your gun.
I guess it really depends on the person
You
who's
like your gun.
trafficking me, you know?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, you should grab it.
You know, like if I were being trafficked by Stormy,
By the way, that's what it sprays.
Lux, also fine. Lupin, not fine. Suddenly everything is
Wait.
so not fine.
Great,
What?
great. I love this for me.
Look at
I
the
love this
wall.
for me.
Oh my god.
Wait, does that actually put a decal on your gun, or is that just what it sprays?
That's what it sprays.
Oh, that's stupid. I want a decal for my gun. The fuck?
Yes, but can you get other decals?
Yes, there's 5 of them. I can make them all once Lupus done doing what Lupus did.
That's amazing. I love it. We can make the gray box look so much less gray.
I can paint the walls, you know that, right?
Oh, don't worry, I'm gonna paint the walls.
I don't like how
Wait,
you say that, Ace.
wait a minute.
The walls red.
That's how you go blind.
Wait a minute.
Hey, PIDF officer, make me some ammo, asshole. I need it.
Yeah,
fuck,
cop guy.
dude.
Can you do cop guy stuff?
Yeah, cop guy. Shit.
There you go. It's
Cop guy,
colorful
do
now.
cop guy stuff.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Like you look at her butt.
Where's the pink? There should be pink instead of yellow.
Is there? Well, there is no pink. Oh, wait, hold up. I can make a pink.
Damn straight, you better. I mean, it didn't have to all. Oh, you know what? It's fine. It's now all pink.
But can you grab your bow?
I
Yeah,
just
it's
said
a
make the
government
bottom gold, but you know, it's cool.
It's there.
My idea for this main base, if we want to renovate it, was literally to just make a giant tower like a fucking ISI run, and then each floor have a fucking thing. that
I
makes
mean,
it-
sure, why not?
Well, I noticed like trying to lay it out, like, yeah, it's It's not really the best for saving room, or whatever. So it's just best to literally build the whole base as a foundation and build it.
Cluster search
Seems
fountain
like.
development. Is it
Alright,
not
so
underwater?
here's a gun decal 4. Why is it upside down?
Oh, sorry. Here.
Suck it through the.
It's not me!
No. You are the one shooting it. Ever?
Oh, I'm not gonna kill you.
Oh. Fuck.
Murder? I love that pastime.
Why are
What's
they
there
all
right
upside down?
If you're a little upside down.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're just.
I don't really care. I think it's great. They are getting more upside down though.
See, Alex, see if you can fix it.
I don't know that I can fix it, but you know what?
Oh. I'm just trying to prove a point that it's not me, that the guns are broken.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, you are, but that's besides the point.
He said the guy, not himself.
No,
Oh.
it just shoots upside down. Mio,
wanna do
Mio,
special
Milo.
Lex, we got one.
Why is it? There's really nothing to make it less.
That's what I don't.
Gotta go quite scoop.
Oh, that one's kind of, I think it's just random. I'm going to be honest with you.
I have a really dumb idea.
Some arm, but
Yep, that's
continue.
random.
Let's get on the incubator.
I'm here. Y'all yelling at me. Ooh, oh, he's got a achievement.
Oh, hey, Loaf, do you need
Fuck yeah.
Lucky
can't
Folks
ride 'em
or
yet,
Pal
but-
for
Oh, it bleeds
Reading.
through the wall.
I was going to say, sector through the wall. That's actually kind of.
I have a treasure chest that's lucky.
Scoot. Scoot, where the fuck are you?
I've given Lex too much power.
Maybe a little. Maybe a little.
There he is.
By the way,
All right. I taste blue in my mouth.
That's me.
Fucking second flux are dying over here. Here, you want to put me back in while you're at it?
Can I capture him? No.
Oh, it's stuck on the ground too.
oh,
Fucking Alexa's model is broken from laughing.
You fucking running around like
Loaf said for Lupin and Sec, they're necromancer's eggs in the incubators, but they're not alphas. If you want those, go for it. We got a few more cakes to try and get
Oh
big
my
boys.
god. God damn it, Ace.
I didn't do this shit. This is on you. Don't be blaming my ass.
Oh, and then just stood there. Oh my god. Hang on. I can make this better.
I've got let's get these on me. I am just thinking blue.
Yeah. It's a nice touch.
Lupin,
I'm
you like
sorry.
my colors?
I like it.
Uh,
walking around.
At least they're not. At least they're not. I hate you so much.
Damn. Not giving him the full-on Lego
You looking
Batman
very
laugh.
girly pop over there.
Mistakes have been made.
You were the one that made the mistake. Well, I mean, I wouldn't really call it a mistake. I'd call it a laughing. There's a big eyeball on the back of my character!
Wait, what?
Do you not see this shit? Look at my back! That's my front tech. The back.
Oh, that is taunting. There it is. Okay. Lex was working on this, right?
Hey, next upgrade we get a 4th base, by the way.
I'm back. Sorry, I had to die and come back to life.
That's
I get a big eyeball on my front and on my back. I just want you to know this. Do you see this shit?
Yeah, I do.
Maybe I can fix it. That will. Oh,
Well, now there's bright fucking light. Jesus Christ.
I think you made it worse. I think you made it worse.
That's the only decal on me right now. Okay. That eyeball looks like it's in my crotch area.
I mean, accurate.
Hold on, I got. You get ready for this?
Oh my god.
so
I like how instead of shooting each other, we just shot A's.
That's usually how it goes.
Oh.
I don't know. What
Oops. It's fine, it's just a monkey.
what is
Bye.
this is pal?
Did you
Hold on.
make the monkey?
No.
No, the cat! The cat!
Aww.
What did you do to him? Come here, buddy. What they do to you? Oh my god!
What? He just matches you, it's fine.
I can't believe you did that to my son. You didn't want a tattoo, you fuck! I have a better idea.
Ooh. Oh my god! I don't know that it knows what to do on this guy. Looks like tattoos in it. That did not work as expected, but it's still great. Don't worry about Stormy. Oh my god. Oh shit, that's what I gotta check. I gotta check my micro boy. I have a spot for you. Somewhere. Wait, where? Oh, Necro is already in my thing. Oh, that's right, because I had a revive.
Today was a good day. Wait, so did Lex get an alpha version of their pal? Also, which one is the right one?
I have no idea if that's a...
Wolf, are they all the same?
No, they're all the same, I think. Are they?
Well, one egg.
Oh no, this one
two of them
is
aren't alpha.
this one is an alpha.
How can you tell?
It's got the little marker on it, I think. Or is it the regular? I don't know.
Oh, it's got the shiny particles on it. Right here, sec. Damn,
Yeah,
those two
this one?
necromances fucking. Yeah, that's yours.
Okay. So, I won't lie. Part of me wants to go just charge top. But he might
Why
get
would you do top?
mad.
Why?
Because we could have a lot of fun.
Oh, with the guns? Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. 100%. Uh-huh.
Are the necromances back at base low?
I don't know where his base is, though.
I do.
Oh.
Wait, tops? Yeah, I know where it is.
Still one okay. You know, Top's probably listening in though, so you know that's right.
That's fine.
Nah.
Nah, I'd win.
Motherfucker.
Or you'd get sliced in half.
Hey. Spoilers.
What?
Some people have
One
seen
in-
here.
Where's May's base?
May's base
Somewhere
is
in
up
the-
on top of the hill from us.
Yeah.
Yeah, at first I wasn't sure, but no, there is the size difference there.
Did you get an alpha one?
Yeah. So they compared it with the regular one. All right, where are we going?
I may.
Oh my god, you're tattoo free.
Oh,
You better leave him alone. Run away!
Why are you coming to May? What did May do?
We're here to help.
yeah.
With what?
Stuff.
Existed.
Entertainment. Strippergram.
Did you say strippogram?
Strippergram.
Strippogram.
You guys just climbing all over my face right now. Not there at the moment. I'm in the middle of a dungeon, trying to get all the what do you call it?
Oh.
Stuff that I need for the condenser, so I can put all
Yeah,
the
Lux.
humans in it.
I'm gonna prove it. There we go. Oh, nice little cow. Lupin,
What?
you still need a necro?
It's like, yeah, fuck sure.
It'll be an alpha, so.
Hey,
There are cherry spaces. It'd be fun to visit as well.
He was at the start.
This is somewhere in the green area between us and the yellow section. He's close to like that tower that's to the east of my base.
Oh, I know exactly where he is if you want me to.
Yes.
Cherry streaming right now or no?
Nope. Which would make it even better.
Go to the desolate church spawn.
Oh, cool. Yep. It is. Not an alpha. Not an alpha. It's a beta, my lord.
Here's a bait, my lord.
Damn.
Cheers number 3, my lord.
No, guys, you go to the desolate church spawn.
Uh huh.
You're not at the desolate church.
I found it.
I am
What the fuck did I click on?
well aware. I'm trying to click it.
Oh.
I was already over
Oh.
here, that's why.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm standing in the middle of it. Oh, I see you. I see the Suzaku up there in the sky.
Wrong way, look. That's Cherry's base right there. I don't know if he's in there right now, though.
Nope.
Perfect.
Splatter his house!
You know what I feel like? The scene in the first Batman movie with the Joker.
Well, I got my pal on accident. I guess that's honestly fair.
Why is it? What?
I think it works
Shit.
weird on the walls.
Not on the walls, his house! Splatter his house! That does work on the walls. somewhat.
Oops! Well, I got your ass, Sec. Sorry. You jumped in front of me. Is Cherry online?
Yes, he's online, but I
Sweet.
don't think he's home.
Because I don't know how long these last, so...
I don't know how long what lasts.
You should look at your base, May.
Why?
Look at your base.
Now I'm scared. What did you
I don't think
do?
they last super long, but... You never know. Because the
Fucking-
ones on our house faded.
Say thank you, and may I have another.
Okay. Oh, they only last for about 2 minutes. That's way less fun.
It's still 2 minutes of fun if you can time it right.
Which? Oh.
Alright, I'm going back. Hold on, I'm working on it.
They may not be there by the time you get there.
Don't worry, we'll fix it.
Sec, you're in a building. There you go.
I ran out of stamina.
Every time I go to Maze Base, I pick up wood.
Stop picking up my wood. What are you doing? What?
Sec, would you stop running around my gun?
God damn it, what are you
It's the decal bandit.
We're the decal bandits, it's fine.
Oh. Wow, I can't believe you just dropped gang signs all over my base.
This isn't a good neighborhood.
Yeah.
Okay, it's even better whenever you're doing it on a person.
Oh, there we go.
I already
I got
covered her.
painted with
Yeah.
a segment. Alright, who the fuck did it?
I mean, if you prefer, May, hang on. If this is no, wait, no, May, no, May. The eyes move with you. Oh my god.
Oh, I hate it. Oh,
Hey, you should tag that teeth and see what happens.
there are just so many fucking tags everywhere now. I thought this was a safe neighborhood.
Well, you were hot butt stuff, so I just figured I should, you know.
Oh yeah, attacking the alpaca, are we?
Oh god. I'd say I'm sorry, but Sec gave this to me, so I'm not that sorry. Sec's fault. I'm out.
Yeah.
Alright, did we ever figure out a spot for the third base?
Loaf was struggling, so no. And then Loaf started breeding again, so.
I mean, made it easier on us. Now all we gotta
Such a
do.
dirty breeder.
Loaf is the master breeder. Or population. Nah, that's fair.
Probably a maze base, though.
Wait, what happened? You know what? You're so right, Stormy. I should never complain about Lux grabbing my wood. I'm so sorry to have disappointed you.
What did we? Oh, what did we break?
Ninja.
Yeah, are we sure
doing?
someone didn't capture that guy?
Where are you at, Lo? Actually, let me look.
Because if I don't recall, that can happen.
Oh,
I
Lo's at the
built
Dune
the
shelter.
condenser yet?
Oh, shit. No one should have captured him. Huh, he
Okay,
is
so
absolutely not here.
I don't know
So it's not just a Lo thing.
Nope.
where. I
Oh,
need more
that's a main
ancient
quest guy,
civilization
too.
pieces.
Maybe we do a quick server reset.
Oh, there's no wandering merchant here.
Oh, nobody's here except the officers.
No, the wandering merchant's here. There's an NPC here. Like all the other.
Everybody.
Oh, this NPC's gone.
Maybe we should do a server reset? That's a little weird.
I mean, I just reset it earlier today. I mean, I can again.
Let me get the land so that way you don't drown me.
Yeah, I'm also gonna. I'm gonna check by the small settlement.
Yeah, let's check this police station nearby.
Okay. Still people at the small settlement.
Everyone's here. Seems to only be the questline NPCs that are gone. At the Dune shelter.
Roach chief is there.
You know what? Oppressor, you shouldn't have to do that.
Usually if the NPCs are missing or not interacting, it's often due to a known map rendering issue where they fall beneath the town's floor. Or overlapping active quest tracks blocking their triggers.
So what you're saying is they're dead underground 6 feet.
The quick fix is just leave the area, come back.
Oh, okay.
The town itself is notorious for terrain clipping. You can actually fall through the map to find the
mean-
merchants and quest givers trapped underneath.
We're in the back rooms.
There's
No,
pals
no.
that there's pals that
Jingle,
tend to
jingle, jingle.
fall
Said your
through.
favorite word, the back
Yeah.
rooms.
So just let's leave and let it re-render and see if it shows
Fucking
up.
love that little thing with Markiplier. Jingle, 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 backwards. Ah.
It's in the back
The
rooms.
word.
It was a good movie. Instead of fast traveling to the Dune area, fast travel to the Sand Dunes entrance. And we'll render it from a distance.
This is a prominent bug issue for that area. You just have to get to despawn and respawn. Eventually.
Which makes sense because there's no like overall like locked off servers. Like the whole world is
Yeah.
like open.
You'd think they'd fix that for 1.0, but I mean, it's prominent. There's like multiple videos on this particular bug, but whatever.
Yeah. Just slowly moving on the shelter and let it.
Let
render
it
in
slowly
properly.
load in. Yeah. It may take more than a few instances too. Oh, there's a fast travel there that I actually need to get outside of it.
Yeah, the one that there's actually 3. Oh my God, there's 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right. So can I only get ancient civilization pieces from the dungeons? Like, there's no other way to get
Dungeons
them.
and bosses.
And bosses. If I've already defeated a boss, would they drop the ancient
Yeah, they'll still drop
civilization
it.
piece
Yeah, you
again?
get 'em again.
Oh, awesome.
The only thing you don't get is first, the token for the knock and first time kill XP.
Oh, that's fine. I need these pieces, and I'm sick and tired of having to find new dungeons. Come on, Pookie, we're gonna go beat up Scoot repeatedly. Now I have a gun, so it's gonna be even easier.
Okay, good.
Huh. Alright, so
Back.
if an NPC isn't there, it's at least
Reload. Yeah.
Tomorrow, Tuesday.
Yep.
Icky. At least it's not a Monday.
Yep.
Well, I got Wednesday off, but I gotta go to the
Eat
doctor
shit.
appointment with my dad's, so
How
it's
dare
not
you.
really a day off. Because this city I gotta drive to is a fucking hour and a half away. Hello, Syndicate Tower! You're all about to die. Ow!
You guys got a shiny needle? Come on, we need a shiny. Need a big one.
Alright, I got all the
Syndicate
desert ones.
bugs.
Except for that right there. Past the arena. Which I think I'll just swim to because I think that's faster.
Hey, weren't we looking for potato seeds?
We were at one point.
I got 2 more. You know what that means?
Or potato.
Lupin's a potato.
Oh,
Shut up.
That's always a thing. We don't need potato seeds for that.
Well, that's how he became, was potato seeds.
No, he was always a potato and always will be a potato. He was the first potato ever.
You know what that means? Microwave.
What?
It makes me uncomfortable.
I don't get it.
Alright, do you guys ever, mate, where's Top Space at?
I know where it's at.
What's it by?
I'll take you to it. Don't worry. Just you think. Alright. Where you at, Sec? Oh, I see you. You at the watchtower? Why do pals have such a hard time mounting? There we go.
Well, you could always ask Professor Loaf.
I only have to
So
ask
low.
Professor Loaf whenever Lupin takes it the wrong way.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
We have
Lupin's
to
a
make
potato.
cake first.
Hold on.
A perfectly good joke and pissed in it. Fucking
Hey
A.
now.
Hey, yeah.
You ain't the only one
Nasty.
that loots everything.
Fucking nasty.
Brother, ew.
Ew.
What the heck?
Who's that?
Alright. So
What
teleport
is that?
to. Are you joining us, Lex?
I will, but hang on. I'm swimming to another fast travel that I need to unlock and run
I
away.
wonder what boss that is you're by.
Come on. Elvatran, what the fuck? You didn't have to obliterate him.
Oh,
Her name's not Exodia.
I want
We're not allowed
whatever
to
that
do that.
is.
What is it?
Ooh. A nightmare botan.
Oh, nice.
I'll shoot it.
Dun, dun,
I'm
dun,
shooting my
dun,
Phal instead,
dun,
'cause
dun,
my
dun,
Phal is so
dun,
big.
dun, 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 dun,
You know what? I should do
dun,
that
dun,
after I get
dun.
to fast travel.
Yeah, Botan.
Yeah.
And just join us real quick, look. So teleport
Alright.
to the Seabreeze Archipelago Church. That's where the Univault is.
There we go. Much easier.
He's literally right there, by the way.
Try using a better sphere. Damn, alright.
Oh, Top's not at base right now.
Oh, he was just there a second ago.
He's at the,
Yeah, he's just.
but yeah, that's his base right there.
Oh. Oh, there's Teach. We can. Oh, this would be even better.
You little bitch.
I ain't fucking with you.
Black, 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 black.
Are you just covering everything in decal?
Black it up.
Someone's shooting at me.
Got him.
You should paint the Memory.
I like the friendly warfare these guns give.
Right? Let's come in, fuck with some stuff. 2 minutes is fine. Blah, 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 blah.
Only for 2 minutes. Damn.
That's about how long they last.
You know, for some people though, that's a long time, isn't it, Lupin?
Fuck off, Zach.
Good thing it's not permanent.
Sometimes I wish it was, but yeah, it's good it's not.
That's the other reason I was willing to do it. Because I blasted right in the face. He walked up, he went, flop.
Oh, it was worth it. Now I can shower and go to bed and be happy.
Oh, you go to bed?
Well, it's
Oh.
8:20, so yeah,
They're gonna come
unfortunately.
to our farm, by the way.
That's fine.
I'm gonna be asleep, so like, whatevs.
I think I'm gonna watch some more solo leveling. I restarted that up.
Nice, nice.
They've started what up again?
Solo leveling. Like, I watched most of it, and then, like, they did that, like, mid-season break for whatever fucking reason, holiday. They hate me. They let the edge people. Oh, I'm in a level. What level is this Pal Mount?
What pound mount?
Oh, 61.
Oh, yeah.
One.
so they-
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Kill it high low.
I just want to ride him.
You will. You will.
Well, until then,
All right, that is it for me tonight, guys. I hope you had a good Mental Health Monday. Please make sure to always get that self-care, hug a plushie, read a book, get some noms. It is important to take care of yourself. You guys have a wonderful rest of your night. I'll see you all on Wednesday. Good night.